guys, and welcome to my channel. Today I am sharing 3 brand new DIYs. They are all made out of wood. They're all from dollar store materials, and they're all for about $1. So this very first one, I picked this board up at Dollar Tree, and I am going to use my gel stain to stain it. I typically just dump the stain up on it and use a rag to spread it out, going in the direction of the wood grain. If you following along, you know I love this stain and I use it quite often. I picked it up at your dollar store with more, and it's called, I think it's the dark walnut stain. I just think it's such a nice color and great for really any season. Once I had spread it out, I also just rub it until most of it kind of, anything that didn't soak through comes off. Then I'm going to be adding these leaves. I picked these up at Dollar Tree as well. I thought I was going to use the 3 different shapes, but then I realized that the one of them was too small for what I was going for, so I'm just going to use 2 orange and 2 greenish brown colored ones. Now these were a touch too big for this board, which I knew. I just wanted to make sure that I was correct from what I remembered when I planned out this DIY. So here I am just double checking, and then I'm going to trim it and just make it a little bit short, make them a little bit shorter so I can fit all 4 nicely on there. If this is your first time stopping by, welcome. My name is Sonja, and I'm so glad you're here. I hope you consider subscribing and pressing the notification bell so you don't miss out any of my future uploads. We are deep into fall DIYs, and I'm trying to share lots of dollar store as well as thrift store DIYs, and sprinkled in with some random DIYs as well. So plenty to choose from. Once I was done trimming them, I use hot glue to glue them on. You want to be very careful when you are gluing them on because they are meshy, kind of burlappy, so the hot glue will burn right through your fingers through that fabric. I am using a makeup applicator as well as these silicone fingertips so I don't burn myself, because I'm notorious on burning my fingers all the time. So I was trying to be careful not to do that here. I love this color combination. I think it looks really, really good together, and I love how it looks against the stained piece. I do love these boards that they're carrying, because usually we redo the signs into what we want, and it was nice that this one was just plain, and you don't have to worry about painting over it or trying to remove the pictures that are on these signs. So I think this worked out really well, and I hope that they bring them back for Christmas as well. Now I'm going to use a permanent marker and just write a fall on it, and then I'm going to also write hello on top of, just right above the pumpkin. I think this sign is so cute, and I think it would look good on top of a fireplace, or if you have an area that's small and needs a little sign, I think that would look good. I think even from porch, if you can hang it somewhere, would look really, really good. My next DIY, I picked up this pumpkin at Dollar Tree. I've seen several people do different things for it. I had Pinterest an idea, and I just kind of made it my own. I want to use this brown buffalo check or plaid fabric that I had. Now the piece that I was trying on was too small. I was hoping that I could have used it just so I use it up, because I don't want to waste any fabric, but unfortunately it was too small. So I had this larger one, and now this fabric, which is a great place for me to look for fabric. We have a local thrift store that's because we do have a pretty big quilting community. This thrift store carries quilting materials as well as just little pieces of fabric that you can use for quilting, and they are extremely well priced, and I have been pretty fortunate finding pretty amazing pieces of fabric. There aren't too big pieces, which is fine for me because they do a lot. I can make quite a bit from the pieces that I buy, and they're like $3-4 for a roll of fabric, which is a very good price, because if you go to a regular fabric store, you're going to be paying quite a bit. Lens Mills is not bad, but it's way more than this place. So if you are lucky enough to find the fabric that you like, I'd say pick it up. So I picked this up last year. I made several pillows as well as a couple different signs with it. And this is what's left of it. So I just cut off the piece, traced it with a pencil, and then cut it out. And I am hot gluing it on. Now I wanted to have it pretty straight on there, so I did have to redo it again because I didn't like how it went on. So it wasn't that hard to pull it off and then just reapply the glue and try it again. Now for I'm gonna add a border to the pumpkin and to the little sections of the pumpkin using the rope. This rope came from Dollarama. It is a kind of jute rope, and between nautical and the jute rope, I think. I can never say that word. There are just some English words that I struggle with no matter what. I did come to Canada when I was 16, so English is not my first language, if you haven't noticed. But I do struggle with pronouncing some words. But it is what it is. I'm sure if you are a continuing follower, you don't mind my sometimes how I mess up my English, and even worse, I mess up the spelling of English sometimes when I'm commenting back. So, but it's all good. I get my point across. So as you saw, I hot glued it around the pumpkin, and then I'm going to hot glue it around the fabric as well. And this is why I wasn't too worried about having a clean edge on the fabric, because the rope covers it up. I am also going to be adding the rope on the other parts of the pumpkin. If you are enjoying this video so far, please give it a thumbs up. Let me know that you're enjoying it. Let me know what was your favorite DIY here. I love to know down in the comments. I love seeing your comments down below and chit-chatting with you. It is my way of kind of getting to know my subscribers and creating some form of a community here. I was thinking that I should be done here, but then I felt like it was missing something, and I was debating whether I should go with a more of a vibrant colored bow, but then decided on just this burlap looking, it's not actual burlap, it just looks like it, bow, and I'm just twisting it around. I cut off a piece and twisting it around, and I'm going to use some of that rope to tie it in place and some hot glue. This might not be a proper way of creating a bow, but I do love the way this turned out, and I just use some hot glue to glue it on. But before I glue it on, I'm just hot gluing the end pieces of the rope so they're not sticking out anywhere. I think this is such a cute and rustic pumpkin. I love the way this turned out. I love plaid materials at this season during fall season, and I think this looks perfect. For my last DIY, I am going to be creating a fall window as one, and then there's another one, another DIY, so this is second last, not last, is going to be part of this DIY as well. So I am using garden planters labeling stakes to create this window. I have 6 of them, and I am just cutting off the tips, the pointy tips, and then I'm going to hot glue a square, and then I'm going to put grills on it as well. I am officially down to my very last pack of these garden stakes, and I have done so many different DIYs with them. I think it was such a great piece of craft material, even though it's not really craft material. But I have used it, like I said, for so many different DIYs. And for $1, you get, I think, 12, which is pretty amazing deal. Once it was glued together, I give it a light coat of white chalk paint, and I'm still working through my old white from Amy Sloan. I wanted to give it a bit of a rustic look, so I am adding some of the black acrylic paint, really dry brushing it on. I removed most of the paint off the brush and just adding it to the edges just to make the window more rustic and old looking. And then I'm just going to take a clean rag and rub it in. Because the paint wasn't completely dry yet, I was able to blend it in really well. And I don't know if the camera is really showing it well, but this gave it a really nice, that nice rustic look. Now for my last DIY, I am going to assemble a wreath using this leafy garland that I had picked up at Dollarama for $1.25, and I am going to use about half of it for the wreath. I am just trying to figure out the dimension of the circle for the wreath that's going to look good on top of that window. I was quite pleased when my friend found these leafy garlands. It's a new product for, as far as I know, in Dollarama. I have never seen them before, but I can see them using this garland for many DIYs, not just the fall ones. You could even use it for Christmas. It does look enough Christmassy as well with the right embellishments. Once I figured out the circle, I just bent the little wires to keep it together, and then I'm adding a piece of ribbon, and I was thinking about tying it, but I didn't really love the tied look, so I'm just going to clip it here while I'm working on the wreath to keep it in place. And now I'm going to add some of these pumpkins that I had picked up at Dollar Tree a while back, and I'm just using the clips to clip them on that came on these pumpkins. I do love this look. I've seen lots of these garlands at high-end stores, small ones and big ones, and this one was really inexpensive and easy to make. Once the pumpkins were on, I felt like there was something missing, so I have decided to add another bow to it, and I am going to be using a buffalo check, but black and white ribbon to do that. Now this ribbon had come from from Michael's a while back, and I'm just using a small tiny piece. I did pick it up at a discount, so if I use 10 cents worth of ribbon, that would be it. Now to make this bow, I had looped it several times inwards, and then just used another piece to tie it all in place. Like I said, I'm not a great bow maker, but I am working on it and practicing, and I think practice makes perfect. Sometimes I do more of unconventional things to get to where I'm going, but I get there regardless. Once I got the bow looking the way I wanted to, I just hot glued it to the little spot on the side of the ribbon, and I think this gave it the look that I was going for. And now I'm going to just fold the ribbon on top and hot glue it to the window, and I'm going to add a little bit of hot glue at the front as well, just to keep it in place. I absolutely love the way this turned out. I think it looks so cute, and I can't wait to use it in my decor. If you want to see all of my decor, how I decorate my house, make sure you head on over to my home channel, where I'm sharing all my fall decorate with me's. It's linked in the description box. Well, I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to press the subscribe button and a notification bell. And if you're a returning subscriber, thank you so much for being here, and I will see you all in my next video. Thanks for watching.